Have you ever played a game that gave you so much free content it was almost overwhelming? Maybe even made you mad? Or maybe you got caught up mastering one skill only to realize there are 28 others you've been neglecting? Noob. If so, you're not alone. Today, we're going to look at a Steam review that captures all these frustrations and more. Join me. Alright, so RuneScape 3, a game that I personally have been quitting since 2005 or maybe 2006 timeframe. A lot of content and a lot to talk about. But anyway, today we have a review from Star. 3 people found this review helpful, recommended 1.2 hours in the last 2 weeks, 106.4 hours on record, 91.6 hours at the time of this review. He posted this July 21st at 7:10 p.m. He then wrote, "If you love sandbox RPGs with a massive depth, this is an absolute gem. The free-to-play portion gives you a ridiculous amount of content for $0, which I love most is the freedom. Combat is only as much of a focus as you choose it to be. You can easily spend hours focusing entirely on crafting, mining, and work in the market instead. It took me around 100 plus hours of gameplay to reach the final free-to-play quest, so you definitely get your time's worth. The game's systems can be confusing at first, but so keep the RuneScape wiki open whenever you get stuck. 10 out of 10 sandbox freedom." Alright, so let's talk about the backstory. RuneScape 3 is a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG, where players explore a vast fantasy world called Gielinor. Players can complete quests, develop skills, engage in combat, trade, and interact with other players. RuneScape 3 features updated graphics, a customizable user interface, and both story-driven and player-driven content. The game emphasizes freedom, allowing players to choose their own paths and playstyles, whether they prefer solo adventures or social activities with friends. Alright, so let's break down a few key points from this review. These are some talking points that really stood out to me and I want to address in this video. So that brings me to point number 1. This review focuses solely on the free-to-play portion of RuneScape 3, which implies there's a paid portion, obviously, which I find very unique and really commendable. It's honestly refreshing to see someone evaluate the game based only on the free content, as there is way more paid content. But yeah, Jagex offers this, free and paid, awesome. But it's especially awesome when many players dismiss the free version as too limited. And I'm definitely one of them. Sure, companies need to monetize or, charge money for their games, but taking the time to review from the free experience is valuable, and it really sets the tone for this review. Personally, I've mentioned, I don't know how many times now, I've been playing RuneScape on and off since 2005, and I don't think I could just stick to free-to-play version. When I first made my account, I almost immediately tried to get membership. So, fun story with that. Back in 2005, Jagex let you pay for membership with a check. As a young kid, I may or may not have borrowed a blank check from my mom's checkbook to pay for RuneScape membership. It was awesome, at least until she found out. Sorry, Mom. Okay, moving right along. Point number 2. The reviewer highlights the incredible freedom RuneScape gives its players, and I could not agree more. Over the years, the game has expanded with more and more content, offering official game modes like Ironman, Hardcore Ironman, Ultimate Ironman, and even Group Ironman, respectively. But the creativity doesn't stop there. Players, they invented their own. They invented their own challenges, like playing with one inventory slot. Or there's a creator in old school RuneScape who even region locked his account to a specific region, which is incredibly insane. The possibilities are endless. Honestly, as long as players have an imagination, RuneScape will always offer something new and unique with this amount of incredible freedom. Alright, point number 3. The reviewer mentions that you can spend hours training specific skills in RuneScape. Honestly, that is an understatement to the extreme. As someone who has a maxed RS3 account and an almost maxed osrs account, I've poured countless amount of hours into both games. Sheer time and dedication required for skilling is massive. So when he says you can spend hours on a skill, he's absolutely right. If anything, he's downplaying just how much time you need to truly invest. All right, point number 4. Now, finally, the reviewer recommends using RuneScape Wiki while playing, and I absolutely have to agree. I so wish I had something like this back when I started playing, because back then efficiency wasn't even a concept, never mind a thing, and everyone just figured things out as they went. If we had a wiki, the game would have been a totally different experience for me. So, if you're new, feeling overwhelmed, and it can be, and let me tell you, definitely take this advice. Open RuneScape Wiki, open YouTube, Google, whatever. It is an invaluable resource that will make your journey in Gielinor so much smoother. Alright, looking at this review, and, well, RuneScape as a whole, Jagex truly deserve an immense amount of credit for how much free content they offer. Now, Jagex has had their own dirty laundry in the last couple years, or maybe even decade, but they strike a unique balance here. While what they do to promote their membership, subscriptions, and game, it never, at least to me, felt overwhelming or, well, too pushy. Unlike many games where every menu or interface you click, it prompts you to buy something with microtransactions, RuneScape's free-to-play experience remains pretty enjoyable and very, or I won't say very, but fairly unobstructed. As someone who's played plenty of free-to-play accounts, I can really appreciate this approach. So I'll say kudos to Jagex for respecting their players. Alright, so that brings us to the add to the list segment of this video. So for those of you that may have been watching my videos now, I started a segment called Add to the List, where I'm adding new games that I intend to play based off of Steam reviews. Well, since I have already played this game, played it quite a lot as a kid, to be honest, this game would be ineligible to be added to the list. And with that, that will bring us to the end of the video, and I wanted to thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.